Okay, I'm live. How are you all doing? I hope most of you can join me. So, I want to talk today about your team. A lot of people don't realize how valuable who your team members are and how they make a difference in whether you succeed in business. And it's not the typical team members that you're thinking about. I add to the normal team member, like your employees, um, your customers. They are your team in a way because they're giving you money to make you go out there and promote your business and make more. So I have a quick list here. Who are your team members? So number one, I put your employees because without your employees, your business will not grow unless you're solopreneur. But even if you're solopreneur, you're using subcontractors. So they are a member of your team. So your employees, I put family as the second team members. You may not think of them as team, but they are. On an emotional level, for example, when during tax season, people know to stay out of my way in the house. Like, don't mess with mama during tax season because they know the stress is there. And the little thing, like, you get home from work, somebody will bring you a glass of water. They know you've had a stressful day. They are your team because they are helping you to cope with the stress of your business and building your business. So family members are your team members. Your spouse, he gets to hear or she gets to hear all the things that goes wrong. Usually the good news you share, but most of the time when you're upset, because all this I'm telling you, I'm basing it on my own life and also my clients, because I know what value my clients' spouses and family members bring to their businesses. And so, number one, team member is your employees. Number two, I say family members. It doesn't have to be in immediate family, like husband and wife and your children, but your extended family. They also play a role in your business success. So you need to treat them with respect. All right. The next one I'm thinking is your suppliers. They are in a way your team because they make sure that the items that they give you are of good quality. If they're a good supplier and you'll be working with them, they are in effect your team member. You place your order, they make sure you get your orders on time so you can sell to your customer. So they are part of your team. So whether your business succeed or fail depends on how effective your suppliers are. And so therefore they determine your wealth, because your wealth is how your business grow, and then you'll be able to replicate whatever you're doing, and then you use whatever money it is to invest or use it to grow the business, and that's effectively growing your wealth. So I'm looking at it from a different perspective, and those are the numbers behind it. So sometimes you may even pay more for a supplier than their competitor because they take good care of your product when they get it to you. So it doesn't have to be the cheapest person, but sometimes it's the quality of what they give you, you go with them. All right. So it's not about all about numbers, it's about the quality of what your suppliers will give you. So your suppliers are a member of your team. Okay. Comes your customers, clients. So they also help you because without them, you have no business, right? So you have to treat them with the utmost respect. They are giving you their hard-earned money. You have to show respect for the money that they give you, and you have to value them. Don't disrespect a client or a customer, even if they cannot afford to pay your price. you still have to show them respect. Maybe in their circumstance, they can afford to pay you so that they can feed their children or pay rent for their family to have shelter. So if somebody tell you that I can afford your services at the moment, don't hang up the phone or slam the phone on them. That's disrespectful, because we are all human. We have to, and the best then is for them to take care of their family first. You don't want them going hungry or starving their children and then paying you money. Yes, you need money too, but you have to use humane, uh, be human about it. Because how would you feel if somebody takes money from you and you cannot feed your children or feed yourself? So you always have to put yourself in the other person's shoes and see how they feel. So even if a customer or client say they can't pay you for your service, don't mistreat them. If you have a lower service, advise them of that and have them get the same information, or tell them maybe when the time is right, they can reach back out to you. So they are your team. And if the time comes and they come to you, they'll be able to pay you. And again, that will increase your wealth, because sometimes how you treat them will determine whether they come back to you or not. And then the word of mouth is worth more than gold. Because if they go and they tell other people, oh, I can't believe how this person treated me, there goes your wealth. Zilch. Because not that person may have come to you if that person has spoken good about you. So yes, your customers, your clients determines your wealth. So far I've gone through your employees, your family members, your suppliers, and your customers and your clients. They determine whether you succeed or fail, and therefore they are in charge of growing your wealth. So you got to show them respect. The other one is that nobody think about this one, but say you have a cleaning crew that comes to your house to clean. By golly, they are your team, because they keep your house clean. They keep you healthy so you don't get sick for a filthy house. You breathe fresh air. They are your team, because without them, you'll be the one cleaning up the house. And then that time that you'll be using to clean could take you longer because that's not your expertise. And so when I talk about the numbers behind it, all these team members that you had to pay money for, excuse me, don't look at it as if you're paying money to them so you can mistreat them. Because the way it works is that sometimes, because they have the expertise, they will do it in like 1/10 of the time that you will spend to do it. I'm going to come back to your graphic designers, your website designers, your accountants or lawyers. If you're not a lawyer or accountant, it will take you a long time trying to figure out what these people will do for you. So I take myself, for example. When I try to do my own marketing, it takes me forever trying to figure it out. And before I know it, I've spent 3 hours trying to do one thing. And if I outsource that to somebody who's a marketing expert, it will take them 5-10 minutes. So look at it. Look at your billing rate. And then the fact that it took them 10-15 minutes, whatever you are paying them, do the calculation and say, does it make sense for me trying to figure out how to add a pixel to my website from Facebook when somebody will do like 5 minutes? See, so that's where the numbers come in. So before you go fiddling around trying to figure things out, sit down and do the math and say, what is my hourly rate? So if my hourly rate, for example, is 150, and that person can do it in a matter of 10 minutes, of course, you have to pay maybe a minimum. They have like a half an hour minimum, and they charge you even $75 or maybe even less. So right there, is saving you your sanity. Okay. And it would take me 3 hours. So that's $450. And then they charge you $75. So that 3 hours, I could have used it to make $450 for the project. And then this person, because they know what they're doing, they charge you $75. So right there, there's $300 of saving, more wealth. So by them taking over that project for you, you end up doing more productive stuff. So do not waste your time trying to figure things out that other people have expertise in, that will do it in a short amount of time. Plus, you save your sanity. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. Your team is your wealth. Because if there's 450, take out 75. I don't do math in my head because I don't want to get it wrong. So let's see. 450, 75. So right there, $375 increase in your wealth because you pay $75 to somebody to do it. And then you were able to generate 450. So that's how your team determines your wealth. All right. So as far as the cleaning crew, you have social media marketing experts who do these things. What about website? That's another black hole. You can spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure out this SEO thingy. I don't want to do it. So I pay somebody to do it for me. And again, that time, you can use that time to generate more money in your business or whatever you are genius at. Like I heard somebody say your genius zone or zone of genius or something like that. You stick to that zone of genius and generate more revenue while you delegate items that you are not the best at. So that's why your team determines your wealth. I posted something by somebody, I think Lisa, I forgot her last name. She talked and it was so perfect yesterday. She listed how her team has helped her, her accountant, I think her lawyer, her mentor, her cleaning crew, her social media. All those people make your life easier, and then they determine your wealth by allowing you to work on your business, not in your business. So whenever you are able to work on your business, like you are up here and looking down and everybody else playing their role, that makes you grow your wealth faster. I'm yet to read about any of those billionaires out there, the Bill Gates and the Oprahs and the Tillman Fertitta. I think he owns a bunch of restaurants and stuff. I think he's written a book, and he talks about how valuable his team is to him. So everybody needs a team. Okay. Then comes your accountant. Of course, I am the team member for most of my clients. I do my best as much as I can to make it easier for my clients. So whatever they don't want to deal with, I take it on so that they can focus on your business. So I know a lot of them value me because most of my clients, since I started my practice, have been still with me 16, 17 years. I still have all my original clients with me. And the only reason why I don't have them is maybe they decided to retire or close the business or something like that. But most of my clients from 2003, since I moved to Chicago and I started it here, I have almost everybody with me. And so when you are a team member to somebody else, make sure that you make their life easier. All right. This way you also feel that you've contributed something to them. It makes you feel good that you've made life better for somebody. My father used to tell me, always make sure you leave somebody better off than you when you met them. I'll say that again. Always make sure you leave somebody better off than when you met them. So whatever situation you find somebody in, you make sure that you make them feel better before you leave them, that they are better off for meeting you. Make them feel that way. No matter how the situation is, even if they make you angry, whatever, take a deep breath, calm yourself down, and make sure you part ways on a cordial manner. because you never know, you may not see that person again. So always part in a cordial manner with people. All right. So the other one, I said the lawyers, because yes, they can read those contracts that the rest of us have no clue. When I get a lease, before I sign any lease, I send to I have a lot of lawyers on my Rolodex. So I send it to them and then they read it before I sign anything. If you have a lawyer on a retainer, beautiful. If not, there is also something called prepaid legal. It's about $50, $60 as a business owner. You need to sign up with those people. It's called prepaid legal. I think Primerica or there are a lot of companies out there that have them. So always get a prepaid legal service. You never know. And the money you pay to them is a tax write-off. So always make sure that they look over things for you, contracts, um, uh, NDAs, non-disclosure agreement, whatever you do, make sure that they look at it for you. As a business owner, you cannot leave yourself open to lawsuits, because there are a lot of people out there who don't want to do anything but sue companies. So it doesn't matter what you do. The next thing is always make sure you get insurance. Your insurance broker is also your next best friend, as far as your team goes. So they play a role. Some of them will help you pick the best health insurance for your employees. And also, one thing with your employees is make sure you pay them well. All right. I know the market rate is there, the minimum rate is there, but what is the value? How do you value your people? You don't have to go with what the minimum wage says. When you know that what they are giving you, they give you their whole heart. It's their choice to be with you. They don't have to be with you. They have million other companies they can work for. Don't ever think your employees or your subcontractors or somebody is dealing with you because you deserve to be dealt with. Okay? They is their choice. Somehow your divine or God or whatever you believe in have put them in your way to help you with your journey. So don't mistreat your employees. If they show up late for work or something, you talk to them as a human. You talk to them normally and explain and say, this is something I don't like. Like personally, I don't like tardiness. So whenever I have somebody who show up consistently at tardy, I sit them down and I tell them, this is something I'm not going to tolerate. I do not like tardiness, but you talk to them normally and be nice to your team members, because you never know, because they are there. The divine put them there. God put them there to help you achieve whatever goals that you have. So you've got to treat them with respect. All right? So all your team members play a role in whether you succeed or not. Like I said, I'm yet to see any billionaire or millionaire succeed without a team. Even your banker is your team, because they help you choose the right account to manage your business, choose the right credit card system to manage your business. Anybody that you talk to that does anything related to your business is your team. And so from this day forth, I hope you see the cleaner in your building or the cleaner in your house as your team. You see your children as your team. You see your husband or wife as your team. You see your suppliers as your team. Your customers, number one team member. Subcontractors, social media managers, website designers, even whoever make your coffee at what is it called, Starbucks or those places, they are your team members. In my case, I have Instacart. They do my grocery shopping for me. They are my team. Every time they deliver it over here, I thank them, because I didn't have to go to the store to pick all those things, and I appreciate them very much. So I have something to eat, especially my carrots. I'm like a rabbit here. So like I'm saying, your team determines how you grow your wealth. And so, like I always say, I try to keep my talks under 20 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon. So again, your team determines your wealth. Value your team. Treat them with respect. All right. If you want me on your team as your accountant, I'll be more than happy to chat with you. I will put in a link, my 20 minutes free, my complimentary chat. I can work as a virtual CFO to you. Today with me video conferencing and stuff, it's bound, you can do anything, any state. I can do any tax return in any state. Those of you in Canada, I'm also licensed in Canada, so I can help you from here. Those of you in Australia, I can do accounting, but I cannot do the taxes. UK, I can do the same accounting, but I cannot do the taxes. So we can at least get the numbers right, because the tax thing is not that big deal. It's getting the numbers right so you can do that. So again, if any of you want to work with me, my website is julianakennedy.cpa.com. julianakennedy.cpa.com. If you're on YouTube, you can also find me there at Juliana Kennedy CPA. So again, if you have any questions, I didn't see any of you have questions for me, but you can message me if it's private issue. And if it's not, you can put it in the comments and then I'll come in and answer your questions. So I hope I've been able to open your eyes to who is on your team. All right. So as always, many, many blessings. You take it easy. Love you all. Happy Friday. Bye-bye.